Oh, hey there, Jester here. And today we're doing something that big crafting will never tell you about. Cleaning up after. So, we've been up to all sorts of stuff, and now we need to put it all away. You saw the paintings I did last week, and I still have, stuff sitting around from that. And I need to put Marcel off to the side so she can supervise. I'll show you something else that I've been working on. I have some more boxes from the dollar store, and these ones have these, cutouts. And I thought that was very nice. So what I did was, I sanded them up and I stained them, and then I put, felt on the inside. I ended up doing two colors because I really liked this green with it, but I didn't have enough to do the whole box, so I decided to do a different shade inside. And then I just ended up doing that with all three of the ones I made. So I've got all sorts of leftovers that need to be put away from that. And these are, going to end up as Christmas presents, because for me, the fun part is making them. And much as I love little containers, I really don't have a use for, decorative containers, but maybe somebody else will. I like my containers to be see-through so that I know what's in them, because otherwise I'll forget and I'll never see that thing again. So, got quite a bit of mess here. Just where shall I start first? Well, I got my gloves because I needed to put the varnish on my little boxes, and I didn't want to get that on my hands, so I used gloves, but now these are done. Those can go in the garbage. And I've got these little containers, and I'm going to need later. What else do I got? Got my felt. So I'm going to lay out my leftover felt. No, that's also purple, so let's put that with that. And then I've got some little squares left over from when I had cut out the insides for the boxes. So that now I can just set aside for when I put that back in my felt pile. Okay, I've got some little containers that I was keeping the screws in because I have to take them apart to make these little boxes. That just lives over here. Screwdriver for little screws. Pencil, need that. Sandpaper, that goes in my sandpaper container. Yes, there's a couple more of these I want to do, so I'm not going to put everything, all the way back, but I do need to clean up this table a bit. So what I've got another box that I want to do. I've already got the screws out for that, and another one of these organizers. So I'm just going to set those aside for the moment. Because I will want them back up here, but just not yet. More things. So I've got this frame that I want to do something with, and another little box that I want to do differently than the stain. I want to use paint on this one so I can make it a different color instead of just brown. So all that can just go aside for now. My little notebook. Some sketches for painting I'd like to do later. Let's see. Do I need to move first? Painting rig I don't think I need right now, so let's get the come on. So I'm going to get my little table camera off of that. That can go there. And my table camera can go back to its place beside the table when I don't need it. And I'll reattach it to this a little later. What else have I got? Okay, what I really need to do is get my old newspaper off of here. And this has seen better days. Some old sketches. Not removed into the garbage. Okay, so I need newspaper again. Okay, I'll lay that out. And yes, I am going to need my cleaning cloth. The microfiber is very, very good for getting sawdust off of, my little boxes once I finished sanding them, but it does need to have a wash. And the thing with microfiber cloths is you can't just, you can throw them in the wash machine, if you're using cold water, but you can't put them in the dryer because the whole microfiber deal will just, get wrecked, and it'll just become a regular rag rather than a proper microfiber one. It has to have that kind of unpleasant, stickiness to it, because that's what picks up the dust. And then I've also got this other one that I need to clean too. So I shall do that after. All right, what do I need for next time? Probably next time I will be wanting to work on my other little box. I'm going to get that up here. Yeah, I want to do this with, a green paint, but, watered down. Oh, you'll see it another time. And my frame, this was actually the inside of a dollar store canvas. I had done a painting and I didn't like it, so I painted over it, and I didn't like that either. So I figured, well, painted over it twice, don't like it, what's on the inside? And I have ideas for this frame. So I'll need to work on those. Oh, you want to see the painting I didn't like? Have it here. Let me get my little table camera to show you. Yes, I was trying to do a king in yellow, but he just kind of ended up I don't know, like a volleyball with grody hands. But, well, I'll try again later. But yes, you don't always have to. I mean, you know, if I don't like how it turned out, it's just practice. But now I have this frame, and I'm with an idea for that, so that will be another time. And what else do I need? I'm going to need my stencils for that. I'm going to need my little containers because I need to put my paint in there because I'm going to want to water that down. So the stencils can go over there. And now I think that's about all I can do for, whoops, now. And where did my little piece go? Where did you go, little piece? There it is. My little piece for sticking my camera to the little tripod. And where did my multi-tool go? Problem is this is still very wiggly, so I put I don't want to do that yet. I want to slide that on there. I want to get that attached so that it won't fall off, and then stick a little piece of fun tack in there so that it doesn't wiggle. There we go. Turn this around. Point it down, and that's about in the right place for next time I want to film. So that has been a little bit of cleanup and prep for the next episode, or just whatever I feel like doing next. So, till next time, stay organized.